It's time to make it, just give it a try. 'Cause you can make it like the old fat guy.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of You Can Make It. I'm David Farrell, the old fat guy. I'm going to be making something called pit beef. Now, if you ever traveled in the eastern states, you might have heard of something called Baltimore Pit Beef. That is beef barbecued in a pit and then sliced onto a sandwich with a hot tiger sauce. Well, I'm going to be making something similar, but I've changed it up and I feel free to call it Kootenay Pit Beef. And I'm not going to be putting tiger sauce on it, I'm going to be putting cougar sauce on it. Now, this is a great recipe if you're having people over to watch a game or you're going to have kids or whatever for an outside barbecue. This is a perfect recipe. It makes a delicious sandwich. So let's get into making our Kootenay Pit Beef. Now, the first thing you need is a piece of beef. Now, I find that eye of the round is the only cut that really makes this well. That's what they traditionally use in Baltimore. You can use a sirloin tip if you're desperate, but trust me, an eye of the round works better. And what you want to do is take, I got a little over a kilogram of eye of the round here, it's about 1.2 kilograms. And I'm just going to dry it off with a paper towel. You want to get it as dry as you possibly can. There we go. All the surface is nice and dry. Now, the reason you want to get it dry is because when we put this in a smoker or in your oven or in a barbecue, because you can do it in all three, it'll get a darker surface on it, which is traditional for pit beef. Now we need a rub to put on it. And I'm going to make a basic rub that my barbecue friends call spog. And that is 5 milliliters of salt, 5 milliliters of coarse pepper, 5 milliliters of onion powder, and 5 milliliters of garlic powder. And just put them in a bowl and mix them together. Okay, and now we're just going to sprinkle our spog over the meat. Just sprinkle it over, get a really good layer on there. You want lots of flavor on the surface. And of course, make sure you get some on the end. You want people to fight over that end slice. So there we go. This piece of beef is now thoroughly seasoned with a good layer of spog. Another trick is this really should dry even longer for the surface to get dry. So I'm going to put this in the fridge uncovered for between 4 and 24 hours. After that, you can cook it in a 400-degree oven. You can cook it in a barbecue with the burner turned off on one side and on the other. Put it on the side without the burner and get the temperature of the barbecue up to 400 degrees. But the classic way to make it is in a smoker. That's what they do in Baltimore, and I'm going to cook this one at 400 degrees Fahrenheit in my smoker. I'll see you in 4 hours. While the beef is in the fridge for 4 hours to get a good dry surface, we're going to make up our cougar sauce. What I have here is 75 milliliters or a third of a cup of mayonnaise and 15 milliliters or 1 tablespoon of prepared horseradish. Just the creamy stuff you buy in a jar for your roast beef. And we have 15 milliliters or a tablespoon of plain old ketchup, which we'll put in there. And we have 10 milliliters or 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. We have 5 milliliters of sriracha sauce, which you find in the Asian section of your store. If you don't have any sriracha sauce, you can use half a teaspoon or 2.5 milliliters of Tabasco, but the sriracha is better. And I have 1 small garlic clove that I've chopped up very fine to a mince. We'll just put them in. And we'll just mix them all together. And there you have our cougar sauce. So this will just go in the fridge just to let the flavors meld together and the garlic give off its bouquet. See you in a while. I put the eye of the round roast into my smoker at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I put my heat probe in it so I can keep track of the internal temperature. You can do it in a smoker like this, as I said, or in the barbecue at 400 degrees and under indirect heat, or in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the classical way of doing it, though. So I'm going to cook it to an internal temperature of 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'll see you when we're there. It took between 70 to 75 minutes to cook my roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now this will vary depending on the size of roast you've got. This was just a little under 3 pounds or 1.2 kilograms. You want to go a little bit over, about 20 to 22 minutes a pound. That should be pretty close. But once it's cooked and you get to the 130 degrees internal temperature, don't carve it right away. Let it sit for 10 minutes like this one has. That evens the heat out and it'll continue cooking a bit to a little bit more well done. Now I have here a nice smushy white bun that I'm going to put some of the cougar sauce on. Give it a good smear on both sides. And then we're going to carve some of the beef for it. Now, cut it as thin as you can, but don't worry about it too much. Don't be a fanatic. Oh, doesn't that look terrible? Don't know. Nice touch of pink, incredible juiciness. And you can see that smoke ring that you get because I did it in the smoker. You wouldn't get that in a barbecue or an oven, but it would still taste fantastic. I'll just keep carving into the roast. And again, okay. So we've sliced the beef up. Now we just want to stack a good thick layer of it on your pit beef sandwich. You need a good thick layer. This is a real hearty sandwich. And then we're just going to take a few slices of thinly sliced onion and spread that on top of our sandwich. And then we'll just put the top on, and it's time to try a Kootenay pit beef sandwich. So let's give it a go. It is so incredibly moist. The beef, because it wasn't cooked past medium rare, it's very tender. The tiger sauce gives it some good heat without being really over the top, and the onion just sets it off perfectly. This is a great sandwich, and the best part is you can make it.
I have a good woman, I ain't good looking, but I do some cooking, I'm the old fat guy. So use that oven if you want some lovin', be like the old fat guy. Be like the old fat guy.